Hello and welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm still calling it the Tuesday show, even though it's Wednesday. I'm
right.
Ultra David.
And I'm really warm right now, so we have the air conditioner on high today. Hopefully it's not too bad, but hopefully everybody out there is going well, because I know it's been hot for a lot of people out there. So
Man, I planned to work from home today, and I just couldn't do it. It got to about 11 a.m. and I just couldn't take it anymore. And I have a fan in my apartment. It's like one of those window fans, that's like an air conditioner, right? It just doesn't. It handles like up to a certain point, but it doesn't handle 100-degree weather. And so I had to go all the way to the office just to live,
get
just to
free air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yep. I know how that is.
It was tough.
So, yeah.
It was a rough day.
Trust me. I've been out of town this past weekend, and I was staying at a hotel. Trust me, I cranked that hotel air conditioner down to like, you know how I like it when I'm in a hotel. I always like put it as low as possible. Yeah. So, yeah, it was very nice. So.
Well, we'll talk about some stuff that happened this past weekend. We'll talk about First Attack and the Manila Cup. We'll talk about upcoming stuff, some big things. And we'll talk about a bunch of game news for a bunch of games. Rising Thunder and Guilty Gear and Mortal Kombat and so forth.
Yes, exactly. So, let's just get started, I guess.
Okay.
One of the big events that happened this weekend was a CPT ranking event. And that was First Attack took place in Puerto Rico this weekend. And a lot of people went. A lot of really good players there, including Snake Eyes, Infiltration, Pugera was there. So, yeah, and I just happened to name the top three, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, maybe. we'll find out.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's see what the results are.
Okay, all right. So in Street Fighter 4 top 8, from the bottom, PRKTS Huracan Azura with T-Hawk. Then 7th also EVB DS Ray with Fei Long. 5th was Tempo Chris G with Sakura. 5th also EGK Brad, Cammy, and Chun-Li. 4th was Winter Fox 801 Strider with Abel. 3rd, how about that? R Kappa FGC Pugera with Ibuki. 2nd place, Red Bull Snake Eyes, Zangief, Infiltration number 1, DeCapre, Ryu, and Hugo.
So, in grand finals, Snake Eyes got back to fighting against Infiltration. Actually, not back, because he got sent to losers by Pugera. He beat Pugera then in losers finals, then he fought Infiltration, and Infiltration surprised everybody by picking Hugo.
It was definitely a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is going to tell you that they think that Hugo beats Geef. Not that he loses either. It's a pretty even matchup. Fun matchup. Stressful matchup.
Right.
But not a win. Certainly not a counter pick.
Right.
Regardless of nobody thinks it's a counter pick. But he went with Hugo, and he won, and it was close. Keep in mind, Snake Eyes reset the bracket,
and then it was down to the last game.
It was down to the last game in the final set. Yeah, but Infiltration stuck it out with Hugo the whole way. When I was watching, I was sure that after Snake Eyes reset the bracket, that now Infiltration has like some character,
right? Yeah, Chun-Li or some
something like this comes out, But no, it was Hugo.
I mean, that's actually so. Some people are saying it's as good as the Hakan counter pick at Evo. No, because Hakan beats Balrog.
Yeah, I think so too.
Although he didn't play it the right way, but it's still
he has his own ideas for sure, and you can see that in how he played Hugo as well. He played it a little bit differently, but. Really, if I had to guess, I think this is just about him entertaining the crowd. I really think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
It's funny, too, because at this point in time, should we be surprised ever that Infiltration picks any random character? Yet, still, it was surprising to see him bust out Hugo. Not only that, but how often he also landed Meat Squasher.
Yeah, he had a good success rate with that. Obviously he has a great neutral game. And a great understanding of timings and all that sort of thing. And obviously, that helps if you want to land Meat Squasher. So he had that going on. Certainly, there were things about his Hugo that looked unprepared or not optimized. Well, combos and poke strings and setups, all sorts of stuff. If you play Hugo, you see them and you think, he could have improved a little bit on this. But he's just so good when it comes to the neutral game and to making decisions and understanding mix-ups. that stuff was secondary, and he can win a major without it. So
yeah, and
shout outs to him.
It's really interesting too, because you could also tell Snake Eyes had a little inexperience fighting against Hugo as well.
I think so too.
I mean, the number one is the one time he finally avoided Meat Squasher. He did it by jumping back and hitting strong on the way back. So he chops him out of the air, and then he just got caught by EX backbreaker because Zangief is still flying in the air. It's like when you see Meat Squashers and Zangief running grabs, you neutral jump.
Yeah,
and then
just
you destroy them. Right,
yeah.
So, but in any case, I mean, it's not like Snake Eyes got blindsided, like we said. He brought it all the way to the last game.
Yeah, he was close.
Yeah, so it was super close, and yeah, sure enough. But Infiltration continues to gatekeep, entertain, and keep other people from getting points.
Right, so he's already qualified.
Yeah.
Right, for the Capcom Cup, and he keeps traveling. Nevertheless, but that's smart. You know, I remember when the CPT was announced this year, and the amount of money and the way that the whole thing works.
Yeah.
Some people were worried that people would win one tournament and get $20,000, right? And they'd be qualified for CPT finals, and then they would just not go anymore. They would just wait until December and not do anything. But that doesn't seem like how it's working out. You know, Infiltration knows, and a couple other people I think know, that they can pretty much travel around and make their money back. And keep making more money doing that. So it makes sense to me. And having a blast, too. You can tell he was having a good time.
There was also a really great interview that they had with with Infiltration. They were talking to him, and he just says he wants to keep the practice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the smart thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of people are trying to do that hidden tech thing and not travel as much. Daigo did that for a really long time. You know, hell, I'm going to bring up the name, but I know, like, Perfect Legend has been trying to do a lot of those kind of things. And you know what? The years that Perfect Legend won EVO for MK9 were the years that he traveled more and played a lot more events. He even said so himself, you know, in a conversation that I had with him. He's like, you know, the years that I did win, I did travel more. So, I mean, it's just like, at this point, I don't think that hiding your tech or...
I don't think it
doesn't work anymore.
Agreed.
It doesn't. You're better off going to events and losing and practicing and losing and practicing than it is trying to hide stuff. So
It was always a calculation, you know. What's more valuable, to have secret tech? Is your secret tech worth more than the experience you would get by going out to all these events? Because that's what you're gambling on.
Right,
You're gambling that whatever you have that's so secret is worth not getting experience.
yeah, and there have been times.
It's usually not the case.
Look, all of us have gone through this. We're like, dude, I have this secret tech, and then you take it to an actual tournament. You try it the first time, and the person counters it in like the dumbest way possible, and you're like,
Definitely.
holy crap, this is worthless.
Definitely.
So you might want to, test it out and make sure. So I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's a great idea to hide tech anymore. It just doesn't work. And the proliferation, someone is going to find your tech.
Yeah.
That's the other problem
That's
too.
true.
Just the proliferation of because there's so many times where someone's like, man, I was going to save that for Evo when some tech comes out.
People still say that.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, just don't even try anymore. So yeah.
I'm definitely with you, and I think Info's being very smart about traveling around. But it's good to see Snake travel too, and it's good to see Pugera. I'd like to see him traveling around more. It was a really cool top 8 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow, Ramasama was even there as well. Knuckle Dew, Javits.
Yeah, right. So people who did not make top 8.
Dang, there's a lot of people there. Okay.
I didn't know Javits went. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Kraymore, Knuckle Dew, Coconetta, who's done well in the past, Ramasama, of course. Yeah, those are good players who did not make top 8. So this was no pushover of
yeah. This was a really, really even
it's
like
much
you
bigger
said,
than previous
K
times.
Brad and Chris G. That's the coolest thing. That is the coolest thing I think by far, is that from the footage that I saw and pictures that I saw, First Attack looks like it's really growing into a big event, and it's really, really cool. Even though they stole my show name.
I know, yeah. No, but it's such a good location.
No, it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
You get people from the Caribbean, which actually has a pretty good scene. Among all islands, there's actually a pretty good scene. And it, of course, can get Florida pretty easily, and the whole Gulf Coast of the U.S., and you can get Mexico pretty easily, and the top part of South America. That's just a really good underserved location.
Right.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm super happy for the guys who run it. That's including, of course, Mono PR. He's super awesome guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he tries so hard. Like, you can tell, because he's always talking to people, trying to get ideas, how to grow the scene and all these things like that. He's another one of those TO organizers / players that really deserves all the credit. I mean, he even got Spooky to go out there and stream it and everything like that to make sure it was a really, really top-notch event and stuff. So, I mean, if it wasn't on Labor Day weekend, I totally would have went.
I was originally planning to go, in fact, but a buddy of mine had a wedding shower or whatever it's called, engagement party, something like that. And I can't make it to the actual wedding, so I had to go to this. And if not for that, I definitely would have gone to the first attack for sure.
Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year. We'll see what happens. So.
Yeah. Anyway, that was SF4, but it wasn't the whole thing. Ultimate Marvel 3 was also played there and had a really good tournament as well. So the top 8 of that was TSC IFC Yipes, 7th place, Nova, Strange, Spencer. Also 7th FGC PR Tier 3 Wolf with Hagar, Spencer, Doom. 5th was Ramasama with Magneto, Dormammu, Hagar. 5th also VS Marfello with Nova, Doom, Strider, and Nova, Dante, Strider. Then 4th was Neo Karsh with Wolverine, Spencer, Taskmaster. 3rd was UVG Noel Be Hungry with Wolverine, Doom, and Phoenix. 2nd place was BE Takumi with Magneto, Doom, Virgil, and then winner of the whole thing was Tempo Chris G with Morgan, Doom, Virgil.
Wasn't easy.
No, did you watch? I watched.
I did watch it.
It was a really good set.
Yeah,
that grand finals was. I highly recommend it. It was very good.
Yeah. I mean, it was just really, really interesting. I mean, the funny thing is, like, sorry, I'm just like two ideas overlapping, but like. Chris G and a whole bunch of people were saying they really, really like the way the Japanese scene is playing. Like Yipes talked about this and stuff like that. That they're really, going in hard on this game. I mean, you saw how well they did at Evo. They beat a lot of the players as well. So Takumi was in winner's bracket. Chris G had to win 2 sets. He was the one who came from losers. I think he won the first set 3-1, but then the last one was 3-2.
Correct.
Yeah, and the last game, the ending was just like
really good.
It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's really cool because it's the Marvel scene. Look, I'm just gonna say it, and this is gonna sound bad, but they were the last group of people that I felt like would be really, really rallying and forming this great community. But right now, they are doing an awesome job. Like between them doing the data matchup database, Persia's been doing those match analysis. They just started a bi-weekly podcast that they're doing. And,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, they're just doing all sorts of really cool things, and the matches are getting really, really good as well. So, shout outs to the Marvel scene. I mean, the only reason why I say that is because the MVC2 scene was like. My biggest complaint about that scene is they weren't very good at disseminating knowledge. They were really good at playing and being amazing and hype as you could be, but they were really bad at spreading knowledge. And I feel like that aspect of the fighting game community is finally hitting the Marvel 3 scene, and it makes me happy to see. It makes me happy to see. So.
I'm with you. Yeah, I thought it was a really good tournament. Takumi, we found out from Junichi, I believe last week, that he's now in SoCal. He's in SoCal now, so I don't know how much he's been able to play with SoCal scene or if they're training or whatever, but he looked very, very good. Very prepared. Really, really solid. I was happy for Noel that he made it up to 3rd place. That was cool.
Yeah. He's been playing super well, actually. In the last couple of tournaments, he's done really well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I keep seeing tweets from him like he's like, I'm back, I'm pushing really hard and stuff like that. So yeah.
Cool to see Ramasama show up and do well as well. So Mortal Kombat X, 7th places Troy PR with Hishkuten Predator and BFL THT Big Butt Jackson. With A-List Johnny.
Oh, nice.
Veterano with Aftershock Tremor. 5th place. 5th also Tempo Chris G with Deceptive Reptile and Bujutsu Kongjin. 4th was Georgie with Brawler Cassie. 3rd was EVB DR Gross with Shirai Ryu Takeda, but mostly Hollywood Cassie. Atai, actually maybe not mostly, he plays them both a lot now. Anyway, 2nd place, Atai with Royal Storm Katana. 1st place, GGA Dizzy, A-List Johnny Cage.
Oh really? Interesting.
He's dropped Raiden.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was the Raiden player, right?
He was, he won Combo Breaker with Raiden. But GGA Jeremiah was on the stream, on the chat. He was talking about it a little bit. And said that Dizzy dropped Raiden, for good a few weeks ago, and it's just been Johnny.
Was it? Because that was before the patch that got rid of all those option selects, right?
This tournament?
No, I'm saying he dropped him before that patch.
I guess
then,
you're right. He must have. Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be a reason, right? Because that would
That's
actually
true,
cause some problems for Raiden, right? But I
Sure.
guess he dropped him even beforehand.
I think he did. Johnny is really good, and if you have good spacing and good pressure and all that stuff, then he is a good character. Nobody's gonna tell you he's a broken character, but he's good for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
And I guess Disney thinks that he's better than Raiden. So there you go.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, you were having this discussion on Twitter, just in general. The game is actually really balanced right now.
It feels like it, yeah.
Outside of those few small glitches that keep cropping up here and there, you iron those out. They've been hot fixing those really fast, right?
Yeah.
Like last week we were talking about the Tanya glitch and it was already gone.
Yeah, that's right.
And we didn't even know, like it was gone like hours before.
Yeah.
But it's really good to see though. It's really good to see. I mean, I hope. Obviously, like the Marvel scene, Mortal Kombat scene, I hope they continue to thrive and continue to do well.
It'll be the same.
Yeah,
It'll be the same. It's not going anywhere.
But there's less patches, so
I hope it grows. Believe me.
Theoretically, less patches, so should be more people to get in there.
I hope so.
If they just fix that damn PC version.
If they just fix the online... Anyway, this is a conversation that will last forever.
Dude, we've had this conversation every week.
It's mainly the online thing for me.
Yeah.
I was really happy for Ty. I did not know who he was. I had never heard of him before, but his katana was legit.
Okay, cool.
And it took Dizzy... Dizzy came from losers. And had to win all the way through.
Okay.
So it was good. Ty was really good. DR Gross, I believe he beat Dizzy at CEO, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
And Gross is really good, and he's from where he lives in South Florida. So he was one of the favorites going into it, but he ends up getting third, which was a good job to the people who love him.
Yeah.
He's a really good player.
Yeah. I mean, also, I'm happy to see that Christie is using Reptile, who keeps getting better. So, because I know that's his favorite character. That's the character that he used in MK9. So he always stuck with him, even when he was like bad at first and stuff. So it's actually really cool to see him sticking with that.
He made his first Evo top 8 with Reptile in MK9.
Right, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Now, apparently the Smash scene is really big. I've talked with Mono about this in the past, and he said that the Smash scene is the biggest individual scene in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So they had a high profile spot on Final Stage, which I thought was awesome. Top 8, Craven. 7th with Me Gunner and Me Brawler. 7th also UH Ling Ling with Peach. 5th was ET Sant maybe, Sant with Toon Link and Sheik. 5th was Mike Gallo, Captain Falcon. 4th Buck with Falcon. 3rd NG Excel Zero with Peach.
Not
Second,
the
ATX,
Zero, Excel Zero.
Different guy.
Yeah.
ATX Sassy with Rob. Nice.
Sick.
Nice.
Sick.
And first place NG Doom with Rosalina and Luma, which I am also excited for.
Dude, it's crazy now because Melee, one of the things about Melee is it's a very combo heavy game, right? The combos are a lot more pronounced. You can go from 0 to death a lot of times against characters like Marth pretty easily, but they've always said like Brawl didn't have as much combos, I think, and then they said Smash Wii U is kind of jumping in the middle.
Okay.
But D1 keeps tweeting out these vines or videos and stuff, and this game is starting to look brutal now. Like, people are starting to find some really dirty things now. So, he just tweeted out, this Peach combo video that I was just watching, and I was like, dude, this looks messed up.
That's awesome.
So I'm actually, I hope it gets to that point where it's just craziness abound, so.
I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Xrd. 4th was SA Justice with Kai. 3rd was Metal Gear Raid with Elfelt. 2nd was R Kappa FGC Pugera with Soul Bad Guy.
Interesting.
1st place was BFL THT Big Butt Jackson with Soul Bad Guy. Awesome.
Good stuff. Yeah. Pugera, wow. I mean, I don't even know if he plays a lot of Guilty Gear, but it's like a Japanese player. You assume he's better than him.
Pretty much. Melee was won by Excel Zero with Peach.
No, Ryu is not banned, actually. In fact, we'll get to that a little bit later.
Oh, in Smash 4.
Yeah, in Smash 4.
Killer Instinct was won by Pro Death UV.
Okay.
And Chris G got a second.
Oh, nice. Good stuff.
Check out the results for Melee. 1st place Peach, 2nd place UUAA
Fox.
with Fox. Okay. Eval Peach, Kata Samus, DS DR Ray
Wow.
with, or whatever it is, with Mario. Dusk Falco, Sant, Sheik, Psycho Fox. There you go.
It's actually a decidedly space animal free top 8.
Yeah.
Only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean.
No, you're right. All right. Well, that was first attack. Like James was saying earlier, it seems like it's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
they also had the build of Street Fighter V there, I think, with Mika
Right.
playable and such like that. Is that no Slash? So Slash, aka the guy who runs Chaos Gaming, put out a video just recently of Combo Fiend using Mika against some
From
buddy,
packs.
and dude, that footage was brutal.
Yo, he anti-aired with like late jump command grab.
Yeah,
Like he anti-aired with it.
Yeah, dude, that, like, obviously the other guy didn't know what Mika was capable of.
Yeah.
But that video just makes Mika look so broken.
That roundhouse drop kick thing.
So good.
Dang, that move looks
Like,
good.
I mean, I think you have to charge it on the ground to
Yeah.
make it positive or whatever like that. But I mean, I said this on Twitter, and you know, I'm always all about this is the greatest thing ever, this is the worst thing ever, and everything. But I mean, I feel like I actually have a legitimate point to say that Mika drop kick might be the best normal move that like a grappler has ever had.
It's really
Like
good.
a pure
It looks really good.
Goes over limbs. If you hit him, you can confirm it. If they block it, you can command throw him. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, why does this look so good?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh man.
Good luck to any zoners if they exist. We'll see.
God, if I could. So, he's on Chaos Gaming. I'll see if I can find the link during the break, and then I'll throw it into the chat. So, unless somebody else finds it first. So, but it's
Okay.
It's like it's just. If you want to see what Mika's capable of, that is a good video to watch to see what Mika's capable of. In fact, if someone links it on the stream, maybe I'll even play it on the stream just so you can
cool.
watch it or something like that. Just because I just like watching that footage.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good footage on there though with Vega and all sorts of characters. So highly recommended checking it out. We want to talk about Manila Cup?
Yes.
Okay. So this was apparently the first major that the Philippines has had for fighting games. That
Right.
was how it was billed.
This
And
was
it took place in Manila.
This was also a
Of course.
ranking event, I believe.
I hope so, because there were really good players.
Yeah. It should be.
Top 8, Street Fighter 4. 7th place, Arcappa, Storm, Kubo, Hugo. 7th also, Doyu, TV, God of Sky, Elena and Vega. 5th, Itazan with Zangief. 5th also, Jiwa with Ken. 4th, Reketsu with Poison, Vega, and Yang. 3rd was Nishikin Blanca. 2nd place, CCG, Human Bomb, Sakura, and Ryu. Winner, finally winner, in my opinion, Tonpi with C Viper. Because he's been doing really well lately. This year, the whole year, really. At events all over Asia. And so I'm happy to see him do well. That's really good to see him win it. Shoutouts to him for repping Viper, something that basically nobody does anymore. But he does it really well. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to see that much of it, unfortunately, so I can't say too much. But you know what? Good job to Kubo for getting up there again. Good job to Itazan for getting up there again. I think they had to play each other again.
Yeah? Oh,
If I
okay.
recall
Okay,
correctly,
okay.
I guess Itazan won. I guess I can check right now just to
Yes,
make sure if that's accurate. Yep, that is right.
Manila Cup is a ranking event. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, Itazan won it 3-2. Dang, that was close. I gotta go back and see that. That's the second major that they've met up in.
That's true. Do you want to talk about, you know, whether or not you count Hugo winning a major or not with infiltration?
Oh, with infiltration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's what happened, so what are you going to do? But like I said, I think that he picked Hugo mostly as a crowd pleaser.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Hugo won the event. I mean, what are you going to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, he won the event in a technical, but
Yeah.
I don't count that as winning a major just yet.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
I mean,
what
it's
you
just you want to see them use that character throughout the tournament and win. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, like, there could be so many situations where it's just like obviously a player much better than the other, and just end up in grand finals, and it's like, let me pick Bison just to give Bison a major, and I just don't know if that would count. Like,
I think it
after
would count.
6 years of Bison struggle, like, to win it that way just doesn't seem right.
Really? I don't know. I think I would take
know.
what I could get if I was a Bison player. I mean, look, Hugo has made top threes at a few majors this year. Infectious has done it in the UK and Europe, and Storm Kubo did it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He can definitely win a major.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying like, God, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, Hugo can definitely win majors. I just don't know if this one counts necessarily.
All right, fair enough.
That's how I feel. So, but yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so that was it for Street Fighter 4. Good event. Kim1234. Oh yeah, I saw that. He again just finished outside of top 8. He got 9th place.
Poor guy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That wasn't the only event there. There was also Guilty Gear Xrd Sign. That was 7th places were IPT Bickwinkle with Elfelt and J-Ron with Soul. 5th, PBE Shinji with May. And 5th also OS Daigo Umaestra.
Daiga.
Daiga
I guess.
Umaestra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. There you go with Leo. 4th was PBE Drake.
Yeah,
maybe.
guess.
Venom. 3rd was PBE Noob with Zato, and then 2nd place BE Abigail Potemkin, winner Taka Slate.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't watch any of the MK. I heard that they did used to have players. I don't know if that's been kept up really, but it was won by IPT Migo-san with Ninjutsu Scorpion and Master of Souls Ermac. You do not see too much Scorpion, and you definitely don't see too much Ninjutsu. So I think I should go back and watch that just to see how that went. That sounds pretty nifty. Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel was won by Abigail.
He was, yeah, and he was really stoked about it. I saw him tweet about it, saying it was vindication for Team Abigail, and it felt so good to win. I bet, because he's made top 3s before. He's got 2nd places before. But here you go, big event, won by Abigail. That's awesome.
Who was the one that came to final round and won that one year? The Japanese player, was that Kusuro?
Yeah,
it was Kusuro. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
AKA Ageo Joe, as he went by at that tournament.
Okay.
Smash Bros. Wii U won by PBE Gods with Mario. 2nd place, DJR Mario. 3rd place, DYG Mario.
Okay.
Mario's good in that game. But okay.
Yeah.
BBC PEX won by Bickwinkle with Jin.
All right.
Abigail 5th place, Taker.
Yeah, and then also this weekend in Ontario, California, actually was Paragon. This was the Smash Brothers tournament.
Yep.
And I don't have the results here. I mean, I heard a lot of good players didn't end up going due to physical reasons, like Zero didn't end up going and stuff.
I heard that too.
There was another player that didn't go, but I heard it was really good. I don't have the results here right now. If you want to see if you can find the results.
Sure.
But I mean, obviously I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of it. The most notable thing that I heard was that Mewtwo King beat Leffen like 3-0 again.
Yeah, I heard it was a blow up.
Yeah, I heard he beat him up, blew him up. So yeah. And then the other story that I heard was Leffen got asked to play friendlies by somebody, and so they sat down and plugged into a machine, and Leffen secretly like set his character on CPU and like was just looking at his phone while the other guy was playing, thinking that he was playing against Leffen for a while. Apparently the guy had a good laugh afterwards about it and stuff like that. But
well, that's very magnanimous of that guy, because I would not have been as kind about it. That is for sure. I don't know if anybody I know would have been so magnanimous. Maybe cowed into not making a scene.
Right.
But,
yeah. Okay.
But definitely not happy about it.
Oh man. But yeah, I believe, was that the one? Do we have any results anywhere yet?
No, I had to say I ran into the same issue you did of it not
okay.
actually being recorded.
No problem. Okay, well, that took place this weekend, as we mentioned, and I mean, it sounds like it was a huge tournament, big turnout. Paragon, they have run a lot of tournaments in Florida before, I believe, and I did hear that the team tournament for Smash Wii U had to get canceled due to scheduling or something like that. So
that sucks.
I know a lot of people were upset about that, but they're definitely going to try to make up for that and make sure that they do better the next time they do that out here in Southern California. As I said, Paragon started as a Florida tournament, and I think they're trying to spread out more to the West Coast. So.
Okay. Well, top 8 for Melee, I found it.
Okay.
7th places were Lucky with Fox and Nintendo Climbers. 5th were TSM Leffen, Fox, and Tempo Axe with Pikachu. 4th was Tempo West Balls with Falco and Falcon. 3rd was Liquid Hungry Box with Jigglypuff. 2nd place was COG Mewtwo King with Sheik, Marth, and Fox. Winner, Mango. C9
Okay,
Mango.
yeah, so this was the one that Mango won.
Falco and Fox. Yeah, there were a lot of people who entered. In Smash Wii U, I actually watched some of this.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I thought it was
okay.
really good. I like it. Anyway, 7th place FAD Slayers with Peach. 6th WX Sonic and Ryu. Then 5th was Shaky with Ness and Mr. R with Sheik and Ryu. 4th was Boreal Ally with Mario and Marth. PG MVD got 3rd with Diddy Kong. 2nd place VQ The Buzz with Rosalina Luma. And Olimar Liquid Nairo won with Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah, this was the event that I kind of hinted at earlier when some people were saying was Ryu still banned from Smash Wii U. There's 2 Ryus in top 8, and apparently the one that got 4th place actually did some pretty decent damage. Some people actually, I remember, tweeted us and were like, you guys need to check this out. And I just haven't had a chance yet. So.
I watched some of it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
Trella
Nice.
got 9th with Ryu. There were a couple of other ones too, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
That's what I had heard, but I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Cool though.
Yeah, very, very cool. So Smash Tournament's always doing well. I think it's like every time they do another event, they're like, outside of like Evo and Apex, they're like breaking records for registrants and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy. That scene is on fire right now, and it's
Project
really,
N had a really good showing too. A lot of
awesome.
people there for that. Mr. LZ won it with Game & Watch.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I was hoping that 64 was on there, but it's not.
Okay. All right. Well, that was this past weekend. We want to take a quick break, and when we come back, we can talk about some upcoming events this coming weekend, and just some news about stuff down the road, and talk about some game news. So,
Okay.
we will be right back.